I'm still unmuted. Okay. Ariel, with the way the ball was just not falling in for you, what was, not you in particular, but the team overall? I believe it was like 23% in that first half because of that second quarter drought. But what was it about the flow of energy on the offensive side today?
For me, it really stemmed from our defense. I think that we were being kind of lackadaisical on the defensive side. And for us, we like to get out and run. We like to push the ball. So for us to not be able to kind of have those easy transition buckets, it made our offense a lot harder. And we had to run a lot more sets than what we would normally like to run. So for me, it stemmed from our defense, to be honest with you.
And in that third quarter, was it the defense that picked up that got you back in that great flow you wanted?
I would like to think so.
Because we didn't get to see it, so it's just all stats for us.
Yeah, so for sure. Yeah, I think our defense picked up. It's kind of one of those things like in basketball, like when you pick up your defensive intensity, it picks up the whole energy of the team. And that's something that we've been trying to work on in practice, and we figured out a way to pick it up. And then second part of that is like our shots aren't falling because we're figuring out what our basketball legs are again, you know? So there's that part too.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem.
Hey, Ariel, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Want to ask, both Tina and Mike talked about it, it's still, I know it's obviously still a progression right now. You guys still trying to learn each other with new players and all that kind of thing. So could you just kind of give me a little bit of your perspective of how that process is going and what you guys are trying to do just to, I don't know if it's quicken it up or solidify it, but, just how are you guys going through the process, trying to get it done as fast as possible?
I think that's one of the things we're going to have to actually have effective communication in the things that we like, specifically right now, like talking about Tina. Like, I want to know what she likes. And, for her to be able to tell me that, I mean, she's a vet. Of course, she knows what she likes, her spots on the floor. But I feel like everybody needs to be able to say that. We're a new team. We've got some new pieces. We've got some people that aren't here yet. So effective communication is going to be huge to help quicken the pace of this, whatever we got going on here.
And this was it as far as warm-up games. Last preseason game, it's going to start counting in less than a week now. What is that focus, or are there one or two things that you're like, okay, we got to get this done in the next 5-6 days?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I guess if I had to choose one or two things, my mind right now is just defense. I think our offense will come with more flow, with more chemistry. But one thing, in implementing what we talk about in practice, that's one thing. We can't come out into games and not implement what we worked on in practice.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Jen.
Hey, Ariel. Kareem kind of stole my question, but let me say this. Looking up and down the roster, you guys have a lot of players who I would say, that's a shooter, like you as well. So like seeing you guys kind of struggle the past two games on that end, is that something you think you are worried about, or you think those are going to start falling once we, do what we need to do?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not worried about it. I mean, at the end of the day, they'll fall if they won't. We've got to figure it out. That's not an excuse like, oh, no, our shots aren't falling. Like, who cares, Like, we've got to figure it out. So I hope they do fall. I do believe that they will. That's just kind of how the game goes. Basketball, ebb and flow. But for the time being, get in the gym, work on it, and get down and defend.
And kind of building off of that, what did you see from Kiera, both in her first couple practices since coming back and from today getting the start? How did she look?
Yeah, my most excited thing about Key is that she's healthy. She's moving well, laterally, being able to get up off the floor vertically and jump. I'm glad to see her fully healthy and to have some time under her to where she was able to play professionally in Russia, full season, healthy. So I'm super excited. She's somebody that can be another defensive stopper for us. She's a big body guard. So I'm excited to play with her.
And last thing for me real quick, Coach T on Wednesday, I think it was saying he was a little worried about the conditioning just because you guys like maybe got a little bit tired. how did that look today? Was the conditioning better? Do you think you guys will be where you need to be for Saturday? How did it look?
Yeah, definitely. I think we caught our second win. I personally got a little tired early on. I didn't realize how cold it would be in this gym. So, I'd rather have a hot gym than a cold gym any day. But it is what it is. We got to figure it out. Make sure that we're taking those reps hard and serious in practice so that we can be prepared, come real game time, I guess.
I guess that cold gym's a Minnesota thing, maybe.
Yeah, it happens. Some people like AC in the gym. I'm not one of those people. I like I guess you can call it old school gym. I just like it hot.
Thank you.